welcome to our junkyard for more heavy metal madness. Now, you know the drill. This innocent pile of junk will be transformed into madcap machines before your very eyes in 10 hours. And as usual, our teams are going to be duking it out for a shot at this, the coveted Junkyard Wars trophy.
This time, our teams are going to have to dig their way to victory by making mechanical moles. Their machines will have to burrow through these concrete slabs to get to the gold on the other side. The first to emerge with the booty will be through to the semi-finals.
Hoping to paint out the opposition in baby boy blue are Bold 3, junk-loving artists from the Big Apple.
I'm Junkyard, I'm an artist, sculptor, interior designer, and I'm the brains behind the Bold 3.
My name is John Carter, Warlord of Mars. I'm a designer, I'm a sculptor. I've been working with Bold 3 for the last 15 years.
My name is Johnny Swing. I'm a licensed structural steel welder. Make a lot more money making art, but the locals like me to fix their things too.
Johnny, Gene, and I, we bolted street sign sculptures up around New York City a few years back. Don't tell the Department of Transportation.
We're there, we're ready, we're yours.
We are the Bold 3.
Helping the artists break on through is expert borer Brian Asbury. He runs a high-tech rock crushing lab, so concrete will be a piece of cake.
Standing proud in bodge-tastic burgundy, it's the Turbines, high-energy generator builders from California.
My name's Gary. I'm the team captain of the turbines. I overhaul those steam turbines and gas turbines.
I'm Rhonda. I'm a journeyman millwright, and I'm very excited to be part of this team.
Rhonda, she's an excellent millwright and all-around hand. Our other team member is Johnny C.
Johnny C is great. If he even thinks you're down, he'll come over there and pep you up.
We have the best team members that we could possibly get. Everybody is a real good worker. Everybody knows what they're doing, and we make up a really good team.
With the Turbines is regular mine of information Joe Zimmerman. A mining engineer for 20 years, he'll get the turbines spinning at maximum revs.
Okay, turbines, let's go.
Let's go!
All right, teams, huddle up here. Bold 3, turbines. I have managed to dig up a very boring challenge for you today. You're gonna have to dig deep to be successful. But don't worry, because there's light at the end of the tunnel. I want you to build me a concrete crunching, gravel guzzling, mechanical mole.
Wow. All right. Okay, teams, well, the only rock-solid fact is you'll have just 10 hours to build your machines. It'll all kick off when the gonger gongs. Are you ready?
Yeah, we're ready. Yeah, I think so.
Go!
Now the planning can begin.
Mechanical moles are huge beasts that chew deep tunnels and mine precious materials from miles underground. Some are shaped like giant cheese graters and use fast-spinning picks to scrape at the rock. Others are like huge corkscrews and simply twist their way into the earth.
What, mole? What? What are we doing?
My idea is that we build an auger, basically a great big corkscrew. We can use hydraulics to power the rotation.
So it's going to be kind of like a big twist drill that's going to be going through this concrete. Is that what we're talking about?
Bold 3 will start by mounting metal teeth to the front of a giant junky corkscrew designed to clear crunched concrete as they bore. The corkscrew is turned by a hydraulic motor, which is joined to a hydraulic pump driven by a regular gas engine. Bold 3 will simply push their corkscrew into the concrete wall, then follow it through, leaving the hydraulics at the entrance to their mine.
Two big things we need are any kind of big equipment out there that we can use for the hydraulic system. Next thing would be a motor that we can use.
In their build area, the turbines are hatching a plot too.
Well, what we're looking at is probably a rotating piece up here with our picks on it. If we take a motorcycle engine and we'll run our sprocket just like a motorcycle back to this, and then we'll offset with another sprocket, and then we'll run a chain all the way up around this.
The turbines need a motorcycle engine to power their mole. They'll link it by 2 chains to a cheese grater-shaped cutting head equipped with metal picks. The double chain will ensure the grater spins forwards, both cutting and pulling itself into the concrete wall. The turbines can then just crawl through after it.
We're going to need a motor, some tube steel. We're going to need some motorcycle chain.
Okay, some sprockets.
Chain and sprockets.
Let's get on it.
Let's go.
Okay. All right.
Go!
Turbines! Get them parts!
The fast and, furious teams can scrounge whatever they find, but if the turbines drive that slowly, they're not going to get anything.
Hey, Tyler, you dig hard rock?
Yeah!
Turbine Johnny C has already found himself a new car.
I think I see something over here, too. Let's look at
Bold
that.
3's Johnny Swing, is still looking. Do you think it's doable making the mechanical mold?
Oh,
You
yeah,
think
that's
you can
doable.
do it? Yeah?
It's doable. We'll get it done.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What do you think of this challenge?
Oh, I love it. I love
Do you
it.
love it?
We'll grab that wheelchair just in case we need it at the end of the day.
Wasn't there a car here a minute ago?
I think there was,
Makes me nervous, Kathy.
Never know what's hidden underneath all this stuff.
We got a Waukesha gasoline engine, big.
It's a
already
huge
attached
yellow
up to a
hydraulic pump and engine. Johnny Swing's in love.
The turbines are making off with slightly smaller junk.
So what do you think this nose is going to look like with these teeth?
Flat.
In electric blue, mouthy artists Bold 3 are planning their oversized hydraulic corkscrew.
Is there an ignition switch on here?
Johnny Swing has found a huge yellow hydraulic pump and engine. He thinks it's perfect.
Magic ain't happening.
If only he could get it started.
Merry Christmas, fellers!
His teammates have got
good.
other ideas. Carter's scrounged a blue hydraulic pump.
You know, I shopped all over the mall. If it doesn't fit, we can take it back to Kmart.
Expert Brian's impressed.
Look good?
That looks good.
Burgundy-clad Californian generator makers, the turbines, are cranking hard, scouring the junkyard for a motorbike to power their chain-driven concrete cruncher. And they've already bagged a car that runs.
The good thing is I think we're going to get a rather handsome-looking machine out of Bold 3 because they're all these artistic types who do those kinetic sculptures, you know, where they'll make sort of, 20-foot moving catfish. That
Artsy
spit flames.
fartsy.
Artsy fartsy.
Very
yeah.
nice.
Whereas the
Okay.
turbines, I should imagine it'll be a bit more industrial.
They are bodgers to the core. You know, they're not making anything fancy. It's going to do the job, and it's hopefully going to do it well.
Excellent.
What do you
It's
think?
got some nice parts, but it is heavy. Take a look.
Bold 3 have found the perfect shaft for their corkscrew.
Hey, that's pay dirt, yeah.
I'm gonna see if I can find some chain.
Okay.
That isn't gonna hold, Johnny.
We'll see. Give it a shot.
That chain flies. It's gonna
Danger
be
Man Johnny takes control.
Okay, Johnny's out of the car. Good. Johnny!
You guys ready?
Johnny.
Nice.
He's unstoppable.
Nice.
We got it?
That's pretty bold! You can count on Johnny for bold.
That boy ain't right.
We've got a secret in our tool shed, the confessional tool cam, where the teams can go to talk trash about each other.
Hi there, Toolbox. We're just getting started. It's going to be one heck of an adventure.
Running around like a chicken with my head cut off. It's going to be a long day.
Johnny Swing is a little scary, you know. He jumps out of the chutes a little fast.
Capitano,
Yes, ma'am.
give me a moment here.
I'm gonna carry it back in.
Hang on a second. I'm talking to the host of the show. Can you get back with me in a second?
I like that.
We've
So
been
what
down-
is the plan over here?
So the plan is basically we're going to try to salvage about 3 feet of this pipe.
What, so this is actually going to be, they're going to...
It's a thrasher.
Gonna make
Maybe it's an old
like an
thrasher or
auger.
something.
Bold 3 will add cutting teeth to the front of their shaft and weld on a debris-clearing corkscrew. Rotation will come from a hydraulic motor plugged into a hydraulic pump and regular gas engine. By fitting long hoses, Bold 3 can park the heavy hydraulics and use their corkscrew like a huge portable drill. However, even one tiny leak in the delicate hoses will zap power and leave Bold 3 grinding their teeth and not the concrete.
Why Bold 3? Because there's a name, I'm guessing it's not named after a British washing powder.
We met in art school 15 years ago at this place called Skowhegan, and Johnny and I fell into each other, so to speak. The first night we ended up in an 8-foot ditch and in the hospital, as you can imagine, with his driving skills. That was our introduction. We drove back to campus, and we were cleaning out the car. We found a box of detergent, Bolt 3. So we looked at each other. That's who we are, the Bolt 3.
Nope, that goes up there. I disconnected a wire.
Still washed up in the yard, Johnny Swing is struggling to get his huge yellow pump and engine to start. But expert Brian has only got eyes for his blue pump.
You're not going to need the brakes on this system at all, right?
In their build area, the turbines are putting their car through some rigorous tests.
Are you happy with the idea, the whole concept of the build?
Yes, absolutely. It's going to be interesting because I haven't built anything like this before. You know, I've built tons of mechanical things, but never a mole.
So what exactly are you working on right this minute?
We're basically going to pull the 2 front axles off it and put a scroll on it to drive to actually eat through the concrete wall.
The turbines will remove the axles from their car, weld wheel rims to them, add some teeth, et voila, one cutting head. The cutting head will be turned by a chain linked to a motorcycle engine. However, with a single chain, the head would rotate away from the wall and push the mole back. By adding a second chain, the turbines will ensure that their mole will both cut and pull itself into the wall.
So what exactly do you do outside of being a little tinkerer?
I hire crews. We overhaul gas turbines, steam turbines, generators, heavy machinery, basically. This is a small car with 150 horsepower, so we work on turbines with up to 1 million horsepower.
1 million horsepower could drive 10 jumbo jets, but Johnny C's happy with 2-foot power.
I pushed a bike once in the rain for 10 miles without a chain.
The ideal engine for the turbine's grader.
All right, does it run?
It wants to start.
But can anyone do it? Johnny C?
Which way?
Expert Joe?
No luck yet.
Rhonda?
We got spark.
Magic wrenching!
Oh, okay.
Back in the confessional,
Things are going really good, and I am having so much fun. I just love this stuff. It's just great. It's fun.
oh well, nothing juicy just yet.
Well, we just started the motor up. Runs great. We're real happy.
Never built them all, but I'm sure we will do something correct. Seems as though Joe knows what's going on here and kind of take his expertise and we will build us a mold.
For Bold 3, it's time to plump for the pump.
Power is important here.
This is the pump.
Expert Brian wants the blue pump for Bold 3's corkscrew. It needs an engine, but Carter has a plan.
There's lots of car motors just sitting in hoods that we can work with.
But Johnny Swing still prefers his yellow pump and engine.
Yahoo! Yeah! There's a beast! Yes! I own the beast!
Somebody should tell Johnny he's wasting his time.
I think a meeting's a great idea right now.
We're waiting for you to have the meeting, Johnny. Get your butt in here.
Power plant?
It's a showdown.
I mean, we got a motor running with that's already attached to a pump.
My honest opinion is if we can bolt that onto the ass end of a little 4-wheel drive, we're going to have a lot better chance of winning.
Johnny Swing's big yellow hydraulic pump will turn the corkscrew quickly, but not with much force. The danger is that they'll end up polishing the concrete instead of eating into it. Brian's blue pump, however, will turn the corkscrew slowly and produce loads of turning force. Just what Bold 3 need to munch effectively and increase their chances of winning.
No, you definitely know better than I do.
It's your show. Go.
Oh,
I'm not going to stop
I'm
you.
not trumping you on that. I just
Okay.
all right, I'm off. See y'all later. Got it.
Johnny swallows his pride.
I can listen to your instincts, no problem.
Off to find an engine for Brian's blue pump.
I'm worried that things don't augur well for Bold 3.
I think they're digging themselves in pretty deep.
They're on the rocks.
You know, if they don't pick it up, it's back to the salt mine.
Well, the thing is, there's just no light at the end of the tunnel.
Well, sometimes you have to break on through to the other side.
But I want to dig some dirt from you.
Are you trying to read my mind?
No, but I've heard you're a mine of information.
But that's mine, all mine, that information.
We're digging ourselves into a hole.
Yeah, I dig.
Digging our own grave.
Yeah, let's get out of here.
Yeah.
Let us go to the fabulous copper country of Upper Michigan, where copper has been mined for over 100 years.
Early mining was definitely a hands-on affair. Picks and shovels were the order of the day. Then engineers got involved and crazy yet helpful designs started appearing. These days, huge machines dig out millions of tons of precious materials from deep in the bowels of the earth. The very biggest moles are used to bore transport tunnels under the sea. Their carbide-tipped jaws simply crunch even the toughest of rocks. Mining engineer Darlene Bray has digging in her bones. She started with a pick and a shovel, but now trusts her machines to do the work for her. Who better then to separate the nuggets from the slag? Darlene!
Hi, Tyler, how you doing?
Good, welcome to the throne.
Well, thank you, glad to be here.
Just give me some background on what you do.
Well, I'm a mining engineer, and I've been in the engineering or in the mining industry for about 20 years now.
What about the machines themselves? Let's take a look at where we are at this point with the turbines.
What I like about the turbine machine is that it is fashioned after a proven machine that can work. They have been on a steady progress. They're using their time fruitfully. Turbines are doing good.
What about Bold 3?
Well, I think Bold 3 design feasibly could work. It's just a little bit complicated, and if one thing goes wrong, it could sabotage the whole project.
Yeah. Time to put your money where your mouth is there, Darlene.
Well, if I had a bet, I would have to put my money on turbines. They know what they're doing. They had got off on a good start. The Bold 3 got to a late start.
Okay.
The turbines are on the right track.
Just get rid of this headlight.
The turbines are happily exposing the motorbike frame, which will be the basis of their mold.
Okay.
Because this thing would be easy to build if we could make that auger eat up as opposed to down.
But Captain Gary has serious concerns about their design.
But when it bites, it's going to push it down into the ground as opposed to hopping it.
Joe's planning to run 2 chains from the engine to the cutting head, making it spin forward and pull itself into the wall. Gary thinks that 2 chains will double the chance of breakage on race day. Just 1 chain will be more robust and much simpler to build. Unfortunately, with 1 chain, the cutting head will turn away from the wall, making the mole harder to push in and throwing debris all over the turbines.
It's a tough choice. Joe realizes that success on race day depends on it.
I think, you know, we could take the same approach on the front end, but do it your way. We'll have to fight it is all.
Mm-hmm.
Like you say, I think if
He
we take
caves
it
in.
We're changing our design a little bit, but I think it'll work. We're trying to simplify it so we get done in time.
So how are things coming over here?
Wonderful.
What's this debate about?
We're going against what the expert says we should do, but I think we'll
Hang
still
on,
be
you're
all
the
right.
expert.
Yeah.
So why are we going against?
I agreed. In lieu of time and everything. We're going to do it the other way, and it's going to be harder to manhandle. We're going to have to fight it harder. Yeah.
All right, well, it's looking good.
Okay.
Best of luck with the next few hours.
Cool. Thank you.
All right.
Oh, there's a sweet ride right there.
Johnny Swing stopped sulking and has unearthed a work of art in the yard.
What do we got here, John?
I'm going to try this. We got a sweet ride.
Perfect to power the blue hydraulic pump.
Great news, guys.
So what's with this?
Oh, isn't this beautiful?
I've never seen a more glorious convertible.
I'm very proud of this vehicle.
So this is going to be the motor that drives the hydraulic stuff?
Exactly. There's a lot of variables in this one. This is more complicated than child rearing, but it's gorgeous. Listen, listen to this thing run. This thing is a dream, man.
There, like you said, it runs beautiful.
The cameramen are disposable.
They've told me about your driving.
Feeling really bad about what happened to Kathy. We took off in the truck and bumped into something. So I'm really, really sorry. Really sorry.
Your pulse quickens. Your heart is racing. It can only mean one thing. 5-hour time check, teams. This is your 5-hour time check.
No problem.
no brakes.
And there goes Johnny.
Rubbish. Losers.
Sweating like crazy and it's not hot yet.
It's on with some pushing handles for the turbines.
For the turbines, it's full steam ahead. They've changed their plan, but one chain could be a gain or a pain.
In smudged up Eve Klein blue, artists Boldty have linked the hydraulic pump to their Jeep. Brian's cutting circles for the corkscrew, and Johnny Swings welding the corkscrew support.
Way better. Way better.
Turbine Johnny C is rocking and rolling. He's found the perfect mounting shaft for the turbine's motorbike-powered cheese grater. No need to spend time adapting those car axles after all.
Hey, good show.
Good show.
Time for a song from Mr. Johnny.
It's gonna be rocking and rolling. Oh, man.
They say I'm crazy, I'm out of my mind.
It's designed so it's gonna be a little bit off.
Uh-oh, the party's over.
Did you spin that on the shaft to see how concentric we are?
Mm-mm. I didn't.
Will it pass the Joe
Let's
test?
take a look at that.
It's not much
It's
bigger.
not gonna, it's not
It's
gonna
not
actually
much.
help it.
The chain will be either loose or it'll come loose. You know, I mean, if you overstretch it, it'll come loose.
It's up to no-nonsense Captain Gary to rebore the hole.
That's amazing. How do you fold your body into such a tiny space?
Well, I took gymnastics when I was a kid.
Really?
So yeah.
Well, in Turbines Camp, they've gone from 2 chains down to just 1 chain. The chances of hideous breakage should be reduced
They're
by
reduced.
50%. In Bold 3 Camp, there's a lot more gabbing going on, isn't there? Let's be honest.
Bold 3, build something. Quit yapping. It was unbelievable. They just talked and talked and talked.
Time to go back in your box now, love. Down you
but
get.
there
Go
is
on.
just
No.
one other thing I
That's
wanted
enough
to-
talk
no,
now. Too much talk.
I just
Bye.
need
Ooh, that's a very pleasing device. I'll just lock that.
Hello? Kathy? Cap? I'm afraid. Gene is working on the drivetrain to run the pump for the hydraulics. I'm putting together the structure that holds the corkscrew to the ground.
Show on plasma?
Bold 3 are putting the pedal to the metal.
Need a hammer, Brian. Big bad boy somewhere.
Johnny Swing is doing the twist and turning metal circles into a corkscrew. Bold 3's corkscrew will be mated to a hydraulic motor plumbed by long hoses to the hydraulic pump, which is mounted in the Jeep. Its job isn't to cut the concrete, but simply to clear it away. Both corkscrew and motor will be set in a metal train and track. That way, Bold 3 can simply pry the mole forwards as it burrows deeper and deeper.
Bring me up to speed on what you're doing right now.
I'm making teeth. These teeth are going to go on the auger. That's your front tooth right there.
Okay.
And they're going to be staggered, just like a shark's mouth. So that baby is chewing concrete.
Have you guys been able to kind of wrap your heads around the idea now?
It took a while. It took a while. We make stuff look funky. That's what we do. And we're pretty darn good at that. But making stuff work, you know, that's a new edge for us.
This frame is going to be here.
The turbines are no strangers to making things work. They've finished their frame and their mole is taking shape. The nice thing about your design is it's very, I mean, you've actually simplified it right down, so it seems, just makes sense.
We got a really good captain, a really good expert.
Yeah. Actually, I can see that there's a chance you might finish within time.
We might.
Yeah.
Them guys know what they're doing.
How are the men to work with?
Most of them, they're great. They're good there. There's a lot of good people out there to work with. I made some really good friends.
All right, I'll let you take your outlandish bit of stuff away.
Okay.
Good luck.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Back at Artist HQ, Carter's starting on the train to support the corkscrew. This is your 2-hour time call. 2 hours. Time to panic.
Better than 1 hour.
In goes Bold 3's hydraulic motor.
Thanks, man.
Captain Gary has decreed only one man capable of lining up the turbine sprocket, himself. If it isn't millimeter perfect, the chain will bounce off during the race.
You having fun yet, Gary?
No. Thing will run, man.
Who the man, huh? Who's your daddy?
Let's take a look, first of all, with the turbines.
The turbines, it's starting to look like something. They're there and they're working on the chain and the sprocket, but the actual cutting pieces, I haven't seen those yet. But they're working on it.
Well, what do you say we take a look over at Bold 3?
The downfall on using the material that they're using, the pump, the hydraulic pump and motor, is that if it gets stuck, the 4 guys holding it will not be able to overcome the torque that is being pushed on that piece of equipment.
If it gets stuck as it's going through the wall, it has to turn. If it's not turning this way, it's got to turn the other way, and everything else is going to turn around it.
Right, right.
Ooh, which could be really ugly.
Yes, it could be really. It's like just having something go out of control.
Choo-choo! Carter's mounted the motor to the metal tracks, and he's pretty chuffed.
I'm afraid of this thing ripping itself right out of the frame. I mean, I'm afraid of this thing, you know, you got such torque. I just think we need to come up with a system so that when we come up to that wall, this thing is like planted to earth.
Right.
You know, one way or another, it's got outriggers that pop out.
Johnny Swing's solution is to fit a long metal outrigger to Bold 3's mold. That way, if the corkscrew does get stuck, the outrigger will press into the ground and stop the spinning immediately. However, it's vital to figure out which side to put the outrigger on, or it could spin with the corkscrew and decapitate anyone within 5 feet.
Let's figure out what we've got left so we can organize these last 2 hours.
Outrigger is the big one.
Outrigger's the big one.
What else can you think of, guys?
Starting to talk too much. Let's split up and like.
Johnny, we're working this out here. We're trying to figure out.
We don't need to work it with 4 people.
Then go do your work.
Ready?
Captain G knocks up a steel outrigger.
Gene, it's got to stay over there, right?
Now it's just a case of positioning.
Which way are we turning with this?
Yeah, I don't know which way this thing's going. Explain this.
It's
I-beam to me.
It's obviously turning this way. It's turning this way. So the outrigger's on that side.
We're turning counterclockwise from the operator's position, clockwise from the front. So we want our outrigger left.
So it's agreed then.
Wait a minute.
I think that's in.
As a special treat, Johnny C's allowed to put the chain in place. Riot Girl Rhonda's getting on with the mean-ass stickle-shaped teeth.
That's fine. Okay. Check it out, y'all.
Haha, you've come to admire, and so have I. There's been lots of very kind of like precision alignment things going on here.
Yeah, we got to get it square, and it's got to run true so the chain doesn't go loose to tight, so we don't break the chain.
And this is what you've been doing up on the bench. No, they look really gnarly and awful.
Thank you.
I
take that
mean
as
it in absolutely most complimentary way.
Naughty and awful.
That's it.
I'd like to say that was the first time I heard that one.
Yeah.
You two scavenged up a storm, bringing that car in.
Yeah.
Have you actually used anything off that car?
I'm sorry. I wrecked your car.
Just greedy, isn't it?
No, actually, we used about 10 inches of fuel line off of it.
God, I'm dirty. Feeling a little bit guilty though. We brought a car in here this morning because our expert said we needed the front end out of it. Cut 2 front wheels off the front of the car, and we're not going to use it. Sorry about destroying your car there, Junkyard Wars. Took a look across on the other side. Can't really make heads or tails out of what they're making. I don't know if they know what they're making yet.
It's got a red dot, are you sure? Let's go. Okay. These guys over here are working with motorcycles and standard car parts. I think we have a much better chance to win when we put this thing together because it's very heavy, it's very solid.
It's hard to gauge if we're going to have enough time to do this thing. think the first hour was wasted. Maybe there was a little bit of a learning curve, us trying to figure out exactly how to put this thing together. It seems like we're a little bit more in a groove now, and the conditions are a little heavy, and I think we're going to be fine.
And it's bold. It's feeling bold.
Gene, the grinding machine.
Yeah. Hey.
How's it going?
I'm doing all right.
Yeah? Okay, now this is our...
I thought you were going to tell me.
No, you're going to tell me.
Oh, this is our hydraulic pump
Okay.
that we're hooking up straight to the drive shaft. And then we're going to have a couple of hoses that are going to be pumping this hydraulic fluid, and that's going to go to our hydraulic motor,
Okay.
which hopefully is going to power our auger bit, which is hopefully going to cut through 3 feet of concrete and bring home the gold.
Absolutely.
You see what I'm saying?
It has been a monumental build, hasn't it?
We're used to sitting around drinking cappuccinos, smoking cigarettes, and making design decisions.
La-dee-da.
We don't have to make shit that works.
Is there one major thing that worries you more than anything else?
Yeah, pretty much everything that Johnny's touched.
Come on, Mullen. Bring
He's
it
gonna
on.
act like
Bring
he
it
didn't
on.
hear anything.
Of course.
Gene, do you have the other pieces I wanted to...
Right there.
Bring them up.
They're right
Let's
there
go.
in the chop saw.
Good.
I'm talking to him
They're
right
cut?
now.
Are they cut yet? Here, catch this hammer. Are they cut yet? Here, catch this
See
piece
what I
of
got to
metal.
deal with?
Hey, is Pretty Boy over there talking again?
They hate me because I'm pretty.
Well, you know, it's a cross you have to bear. I can't take the pressure. I think I'm going to go have a cappuccino,
Sure,
relax, and I'll come and talk to you later.
Great, sounds great.
All right, teams, time to put the hammer down because the big foot says there's 1 hour remaining. 1 hour, teams.
No problem.
Just go slow. Go ahead, because I think my hand's on fire.
Can't you just finish this one cut?
The turbines are cutting it fine.
We've got the pry bar, the ladder, and we've got to finish this outrigger.
And Bold 3 are still frantic. Expert Brian's going plumb crazy. He's fitting the hoses between the hydraulic pump and the corkscrew. Just take me through the actual race for each team, starting with Bold 3. What's it going to be like for Bold 3?
One of the things I see a difficulty in their auger are their bits. Their bits are a blunt cut bit. They're not very deep, so they may have a tough time getting that thing ground in there. But once they get the bit ground in there, Bold 3 will proceed to push that machine in, and it should do the job. Turbines, on the other hand, their bits are very large. They look sharp. They look like they even sharpened them up. And the turbines will get that machine gearing, and it will just chew through that thing with no time at all. I think turbines will go through the material much faster than the Bold 3. Yeah, I'm going with the turbines.
Teams, 15 minutes. This is a 15-minute time check.
15 minutes.
Are we going to finish?
We are almost finished.
Yeah.
The driver's side.
Bold 3 runs some desperate final tests.
And the turbines decide it's time to go for a spin.
So I got, okay, I'm the motor. Yeah. Anything happens whatsoever, just run.
Oh, yes! I'll let it go too fast. Cool! We're losers! Look at that!
Oh, man.
Oh.
You can sell it to the band Judas Priest after you're done with this.
Oh, I hate to interrupt a little conversation there, but get back to work. Both of you.
Telling you, cappuccinos!
Hey, you guys need a hand over there?
Come on,
Not to be
baby.
outdone, Bold 3 turn on the pressure.
Come on, baby.
Oh yeah, bring it on! Baby! Woo!
I love it.
Engines on! We got it, yeah! We've come to the wild, wild west for our metalhead gold rush.
Our subterranean scrappers will first have to dig their way through 3 feet of rock-solid concrete. To reach this, the inner sanctum. Then they'll have to grab the gold and make off through a second 3-foot wall of concrete. To freedom, fame and fortune on the other side.
We've allowed the teams to labour under the midday sun to put the finishing touches to their machines.
Watch your eyeballs.
For the turbines, it's some last-minute dentistry on their motorcycle-driven cheese grater.
Bolt 3 put in a shear pin to hold the corkscrew on their hydraulic mole.
Finally, it's time for some artistic license.
You've got 3 feet of pretty solid concrete to get through. How long do you reckon it's going to take?
3 minutes to an hour.
3 minutes to an hour. How confident are you feeling about victory?
Bolt 3 sounds like a washing machine. Looks like a washing machine. And their name is a laundry detergent.
When you actually start digging, what are going to be the issues with this beast?
We want to start at these teeth, go all the way back to the Jeep. That's what we're worried about.
I mean, it doesn't matter if you're rubbish, if they're a little bit more rubbish.
We're thinking they're going to look like bunny rabbits on the back of a jackhammer when that thing starts up.
Yeah, it's going to be real smooth over here.
Yeah, right.
Judge Darlene gives her 2 cents worth.
So here it is, the big red machine of the turbines. What do you think about the turbine's actual chewing power?
They have the speed, obviously, because it was a motorcycle bike. But the problem that they have is they don't have the oomph to get it through, the push. And I believe their push is going to be their 4 team members.
I think the oomph factor is back here. Bold 3 calls this thing the Warthog, and if there's one thing I can say for it, it's colorful.
Yes, it is. This is a hydraulic unit which has a lot of power. I mean, this is a man's machine, power. But the question is, can they control the power?
Okay, so from the hydraulics, we feed all through these hoses, and it brings us to the actual auger.
These are their bits.
Okay.
And this is what's going to drill into the concrete. And then this awesome looking thing, really it doesn't do much except for when these bits turn, it's supposed to take the material away.
Remember, our teams have to burrow through 3 feet of concrete, crawl through and grab the gold in the inner sanctum, then dig their way out through a second concrete wall.
I'll be sitting the race out in my big yellow dump truck. Just me and Judge Darlene. All right, attention teams. Please move those mechanical moles into position.
Work hard, work hard, work hard.
They're in position, ready to reduce rock to rubble.
All right, teams, you can start crunching concrete at the sound of the horn. Start your engines. Ready. And they are off. Both teams are shredding concrete. The turbines are pushing like crazy. Just look at that rooster tail.
Not too hard.
The turbines are just crushing that thing. But for Bold 3, it's a smooth bore. Carter and Gene are prying the corkscrew forwards.
Tell you what, that is one beautiful hole.
While Brian and Johnny Swing are looking after the hydraulics.
That's for sure. Take it easy, guys. It's a long race, and they're not moving real quick.
Oh, the Bold 3 is digging a beautiful hole. They just got to push it in there, though.
Come on, boys. Uh-oh.
What happened?
I think you guys giving me too much pressure.
Okay, too much pressure.
Back on the pressure a little bit.
Real gentle.
Kathy to Tyler.
Yeah, Kathy, go ahead.
The turbines are having a problem that when they change the revs on their engine, it's very hard to control them, so they keep cutting out. And they've stopped now to do a bit of shoveling away.
You're moving it too radically.
Well, I gotta cut that core. We get up against that core and it won't go.
You gotta do it slower. You keep killing the machine.
Is that all the speed we got? Is that full speed?
Carter's gone power crazy. Expert Brian is stepping on the gas.
What died on us?
Shear pan! Shear pan!
Need pin number 2.
They've snapped the shear pin that holds their corkscrew on. It'll cost them valuable time.
Oh, that's
Find
nice.
the hole.
Quick, quick, they're nearly through!
The turbines are sneaking ahead. Oh, not again.
Pull it up. 1, 2, 3, pull.
What happened?
It's looking serious. The turbines have ground to a halt.
Run it, Johnny!
Bold 3 have a new shear pin, and they're pushing ahead. Kathy, what's going on down there with the turbines?
It's the CHAIN word, I'm afraid.
Oh, surprise, surprise.
It's not broken, it just came off, got all gnarled up in the engine, but they managed to retrieve it. There's all sorts of emergency tools being rushed in. It's looking close to being put back on, but with every moment that they lose, Bold 3 are getting closer to breakthrough.
There we go. I see daylight, boys!
Bold 3 are through.
Wrench that baby off.
Let's go.
Twist the chain a little bit.
Flex that a little bit.
The turbines are in all sorts of trouble. They're still struggling to get going again.
Congratulations.
Gets my pretty side.
Let's turn it.
Drill bit.
Gentlemen, I'm pleased to award you one priceless hunk of gold.
Let me put that in my pants.
Push hard.
And the turbines are hot on their heels with their cheese grater.
Oh, I need a break.
Well, I'm pleased to award you one golden nugget.
At the entrance to Bold 3's mine, Johnny and expert Brian are minding the hydraulics, while inside, Carter and Gene are lining up on the second wall.
Take it slow, Carter.
Stop! Stop!
Check!
No.
Stop the motor! It fell out of the hole and it's wanking everywhere.
The corkscrew's offline and is about to rip itself out of the frame. That could be lethal.
Does somebody want to live in the tunnel temporarily?
Johnny's gonna be the tunnel rat.
Okay.
Johnny in the tunnel is in the direct line to pump man Brian on the outside.
Hey, Johnny!
There we go. Ease into it. Perfect. Crank it up! Crank it up if you can.
Oh, wait for me.
Hold on, wait. Let her bounce.
Take a minute.
With the
Oh,
knees.
you're nuts.
The turbines need to crank it up too.
Take a break, take a breather. So
I don't need no break.
I'm breathing hard. Is it really hard work? Is that because of the effort of pushing it?
Yeah, and it's hot.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
I love it. I love it.
The turbines are attacking wall number 2. Look at Rhonda go. She's a powerhouse.
Take it slow. Take it slow. Easy on the pressure. Crank it up, swing. Bring it on. Second, faster. It's not moving fast enough.
Kathy, what's going on in the inner sanctum right now?
Both teams have started eating into the second hole.
There we go.
It's hitting pretty hard.
Not hard, not hard. Back up. Ease off. Ease off.
Are you just taking it steady, or is this top speed?
We're
being safe.
It's top speed. If we could crank it up any higher, we would.
The turbines are at top speed and they're catching up fast.
Clear the hole. You're making a hole bigger than we need. All we need is a hole to crawl through.
maybe you should come back here. I just don't have the energy.
So Captain Gary
run it.
takes the wheel.
This thing is cruising.
For a bruising.
It's making funny noises.
Take it easy. Look at our bolt.
Uh-oh, you're right. Boat.
Told you.
Need another
The
boat.
shear pins popped again.
How close are we?
I don't know. Check it. Check a measurement up there, Carter.
Huh?
Check a measurement.
They can't be far off.
Pull it out, see if we can kick through it.
Yeah, all right.
Bold 3 are going manual.
Hit this pole.
Here.
through first! Now the turbines have broken through.
The first bit of very ugly mole is appearing, scuffing up quite a hideous sight. Come on, Bold 3!
Fantastic.
We're through.
It is genuinely nail-biting.
We can do it. Pull it back.
Come on. Get the goal.
Go through the hole.
Who's your daddy?
We have a winner!
Who's your daddy? Who's your daddy? I say, who's your daddy?
Yoo-hoo! There enough room yet?
Go ahead, Swing.
Yeah, get in here.
It's all over for these cowboys.
Go make it or no?
That happened 37 years ago, a similar way.
Good job, mate.
Congratulations, man.
Congratulations to both teams. You guys did a great job, but unfortunately, for the art community, it's a second place. Congratulations. Good job. But to the winners, the turbines.
Goggles on.
Yeah. There you go. All right.
Hey, if you dug that, you'll love this.
In the next Junkyard Wars, no messing mechanics, the pit crew from Virginia.
Come on, Chris, come on, come on. Come on, Chris. Go. Dig.
Take on power-loving pilots, the Jet Jocks.
They're still climbing, huh?
See them make molehills out of mountains in the battle of the homespun hill climbers.